I'm George Harrison and here are your 1:30 headlines. The draw for the Qatar World Cup is set to take place this evening. England find themselves in pot 1, having topped their group. Wales and Scotland are still yet to secure their places in the competition, with playoffs awaiting them. Manchester United midfielder Bruno Fernandes has signed a new contract with the club. The 27-year-old's new deal runs until 2026, with the option of extending it by a further year. He has contributed to 49 goals and 39 assists in 117 games for United and has won the Player of the Year award twice. He joined the club from Sporting Lisbon in January 2020. Mikel Arteta has won the EA Sports Premier League Manager of the Month. Arsenal won 3 out of their 4 games, only losing to Liverpool. North London have dominated March's awards, with Harry Kane winning Player of the Month earlier in the day. Arsenal Women's Champions League run is officially over as they were knocked out by German giants Wolfsburg. They lost 2-0 at the Volkswagen Arena with an own goal from defender Leah Williamson and an early opener from former gunner Jill Roord. The Gunners were the last English side in the competition but bow out at the quarter-final stage. Wolfsburg will play Barcelona in the semi-finals. West Ham United midfielder Manuel Lanzini has walked away uninjured after being involved in a car crash. The 29-year-old was on his way to training when the car he was in hit a tree. He did not require hospital treatment. On Wednesday, a highly anticipated fixture took place as the Solent women's netball team took on the men's rugby in a game of netball, as in the name of charity. The money of the event goes towards Movember. Come back at 3:30 for the full package. It's a big weekend ahead of England's women's cricket team as they take on Australia in a final of the Women's World Cup. England advanced to the final in comfortable fashion, defeating South Africa by 137 runs as spin bowler Sophie Ecclestone claimed a maiden international 5-4 for the first time. Ecclestone finished with figures of 36 for 6 as the Proteas were bowled out for 156. England finished the day on 293 for 8. Headingley is set to host England's Test match against New Zealand from 23rd of June. They also are to host the final match of their one-day international against South Africa on the 24th of July. The ECB had suspended Yorkshire's right to stage England games over its handling of the Azim Rafiq scandal. Yorkshire chairman had this to say on the matter. It is an overwhelming vote for positive change. This support will help Yorkshire County Cricket Club to be an inclusive and welcoming place as it gives us the clarity and certainty we need to keep building this great club. Yorkshire's right to host England matches was reinstated subject to key requirements being met by the end of March. In tennis, the Miami Open final takes place on Saturday with Naomi Osaka taking on Poland's Iga Swiatek for the grand prize. Osaka fought back to beat Belinda Bencic 4-6, 6-3 and 6-4 to reach her first final since she won the 2021 Australian Open. Swiatek, the new female tennis number 1, won the Indian Wells title last week. The pole is the first player to reach the finals of both American hardcourt events since Victoria Azarenka won both back in 2016. Former double world darts champion Ted Hankey has been charged with sexual assault. The 54-year-old has had this charge related to an alleged assault of a woman in Cheshire from September 2021. Hankey has been released on bail and will appear in Warrington Magistrates Court on the 6th of April. Stefano Domenicali says the newly created Las Vegas GP will only boost the sport's popularity. F1 confirmed on Wednesday from 2023 they will be racing in Las Vegas and it becomes the 3rd race added to the calendar in the United States. In a break from race tradition, the Grand Prix will take place on Saturday night in November at 10 p.m. local time. The race will have the famous Vegas backdrop that will see cars speed past the sides at around 212 miles per hour. The CEO of Formula One Group had this to say on the announcement.
We're going to be here doing something spectacular where the fans will love to come, and we are looking forward to see that very soon, because we're talking about November 2023. It seems very far, but it's not.
Staying in Formula One, and the 4-time world champion Sebastian Vettel will make his return to the grid at the Australian Grand Prix. The German driver who races for Aston Martin contracted COVID-19 before the opening weekend in Bahrain and has also missed a second race in Saudi Arabia. The 34-year-old will be lined up alongside his teammate Lance Stroll in Melbourne for the 2022 season's third Grand Prix of April 10th. In boxing, George Kambosos and Devin Haney are to fight for the undisputed lightweight title in June. The fight, which will be held in Melbourne, which sees Kambosos put all of his belts up, trying to add Haney's WBC belt that he defended on 4 occasions. Kambosos is currently 20-0, while Haney is 27-0. Now in golf, Russell Knox holds a one-shot lead of the opening round of the Valero Texas Open. The world number 169 made 4 consecutive birdies on the back of 9 to post a bogey-free 65, giving the Scot a narrow advantage. The winner of this week's event will secure a last-minute invite to the Masters tournament in Augusta. Knoxville is among the players needing victory to qualify for the prestigious golf tournament. Giannis Antetokounmpo became the Milwaukee Bucks' all-time leading goalscorer after a narrow win versus the Brooklyn Nets. The Greek scored 44 points, which took him past a record of 14,211 points held by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. On to women's rugby. England have scrum half Natasha Hunt in the squad for the first time since November 2020. Hunt will return in England's Women's Six Nations game against Italy on Sunday. She stepped back from international rugby in 2021 because she was unhappy with the England camp. That's all from us for now. Make sure you tune in at the 3:30 Bulletin we look into the netball charity match that took place here at Solent and also a Premier League game week discussion with our experts. See you soon.